I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to demonstrate how to use styles so that you can style your roads so that they both have letters and they're both the PA and the New Jersey roads are styled in the same way. Keep in mind for this lab, as I mentioned in class, you're not necessarily required to put the actual roads in the legend. It's going to be some geographic context, right? So the main purpose of your map is I believe, farmers market. So that obviously will need to go in there. And then people looking at the map will see some familiar places because local people will know some of these major roads. So that's going to provide that geographic context for them. Ignore my backgrounds, like I have a white background. This video is just to show you how to use the styles. So a style is after you, for example, color, you can do all these customizations. So let's say, for example, I turn this road some sort of pink color. You can actually go ahead and save that style. Now, you probably wouldn't save something so simple, but if you did something complex, and it took you a long time to do, you would want to go ahead and save your symbology style, right? If you did some lettering and then you shared the file with someone, you could actually give them a file that has the label style so that they can then label things the way that you did. So we're not going to, go into detail about that, but you would just go ahead and save your style. Okay, so they're called styles. But what I want to do now is I want you to learn how to apply a style that someone else has created. So again, if we start with the PA roads, you go to properties, and then you go down here and then you load the style. And in this instance, the way this lab was set up, I've set it up so that there is one style file for symbology and one for labels. And to be honest with you, you could actually combine them, right? So clicking these check boxes off mean that you have a style for any of these types of attribute tables or temporal properties, right? So we're just focusing on symbology and labels. The way that I had set this up is that I actually have a style file for symbology and then another style file for labels. So I'm actually making your life a little bit more difficult. So you're going to have to apply this a total of 4 times, 2 to each file. So let's do the symbology one first. And what I'll do is I'll close, I'm turning the labels off. We're just going to do symbology. And then what you got to do is you got to load the actual style. So in the lab, you're going to see that I have these QML files. These are the style files. So one's going to say the color style and one's going to say lettering. So we're just going to go ahead and do the color first. And you basically click on it, you hit open, and then you load the style. And it's going to do all this categorization because someone has already set these up. And then we hit apply and OK. Okay, so now what we can do is then apply the other style, which is the lettering style. Again, you go to styles, load style. This time we need to click labels, lettering, and then load the style file that has the lettering. And then you could load the style, hit apply, hit OK. And we'll give it a second there, and there you go. Okay, so we would want the same thing for Jersey. So I mentioned a minute ago that you could apply the 2 again. I usually test my little tricks, but let me try one out here. So what you can do is you can copy styles, like copy and paste, just like you do in Word documents, but we're going to copy the style. So I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to do copy style. And you probably can do symbology and labels, but it says all style categories. So let's try that, which means whatever categories you already have set up, it'll copy those. So let's see if this works. This is kind of like a shortcut. I'm not 100% it's going to work. So I'm going to hit all styles here. Then I'm going to go down to the Jersey file, and I'm going to hit styles, and I'm going to do paste style. And again, I'm going to do all style categories. And it applied the exact same color, and it did the labeling in the same way. Why am I providing you with labels? Because when these styles were set up, it is really complex on actually setting them up so that they don't have too many labels and you can read them, and you can even see that some of the labels actually curve along the lines. At some point we'll get there. And some of you might spend more time on this if you do your final projects and you're doing like a reference map. Some of you that go on to do thematic maps, you're probably not going to spend that much time on it. But it's one of the more difficult things, lettering. Right? I've mentioned that in class a few times. So that is how you apply styles. Thanks.